Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, get to try out a hopefully tasty new flavor. So we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I'm wearing super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Dak Dak Korean Wings shirt. Because if you've already seen the title of the video, you got to know that I'm trolling a little bit with this one. Dak Dak Korean Wings is a really awesome local establishment. Specializes in Korean chicken wings, all kinds of delicious sauces and stuff. I've been there a few times now, and I've reviewed a number of their items. Said items are up on my channel, of course. And I really like this place. I think they make pretty much the best wings in the area. And I can't say enough good things about them. Like, people there are very nice. So much so that, I went over there and I was like, boom, I'd go over there, I'll buy some merch from them. Because merch. Saw the shirt, I thought it was really neat. And I figured this is my first time debuting it as a wearable item in one of my videos. And I knew when I was going to review this, I was like, I have to wear the Dak Dak. I have to wear the Dak Dak shirt. So, what is it that I'm reviewing for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, it's not Dak Dak, but it is, boom, Buffalo Wild Wings. And, yeah, so I've reviewed any number of things for Buffalo Wild Wings. I've basically just been going through their menu. I make use of the fact they have a deal on Thursdays where it's a buy one, get one free on boneless wings. So you get one order of boneless wings, you get a second one for free. And that's allowed me to just kind of, start making my way through. And I noticed that they had a brand new flavor available, and I was like, all right, let's get in there. So, what is it? It happens to be, boom, it's a limited time only. This is their brand spanking new Golden Fire Sauce. So, looks like this. Can we get let's get a little bit of a thing. Ooh, all right. That is a big-ass wing, folks. I mean, looks like this. And, yeah, like I said, this is a brand new one. It's one of their supposedly spicier ones. And from the little research I did, it's supposed to be sweet and tangy. And it's basically a Carolina Gold sauce, is what people have been saying online. I don't know, but we are going to try that out. I did recently review a Carolina Gold sauce wing from, or nugget, rather, from KFC. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that, By the way, that video is on my channel as well. Go watch that video. I am all the chicken wings. If you need to know stuff about chicken wings, I'm the channel for you. Let's give this a go, though. Definitely very different than KFC version. Though there are certain flavor notes that carry over. This, for one, is a much heavier sauce. And theirs was. Their golden, what was it? Yeah, theirs was a little bit more, I don't want to say watery, but it was a lighter sauce. A little bit more fluidy. Whereas this is like a nice, proper, sticky sauce. I like it. It's almost like if you decide to make like a sweet and sour sauce, but use like almost like a buffalo sauce as the base. Because you get like a really heavy hit of like this very tangy sauce, but then it's got a mix of sort of the tanginess, the sweetness, and then you get a little bit of a heat. I will say, when it comes to like the heat levels at Buffalo Wild Wings, For me personally, I've never found them to be particularly trustworthy because they seem to be all the fuck over the place. Again, these are in their like, their tier 3 of spiciness. So not the hottest, but like, and I mean, yeah, there is a kick to them, to be sure, but it is nothing, it's nothing like super significant or anything. It kind of lingers on your tongue a little bit. That's about the most of it. But they are still really, really tasty. I actually like this quite a bit. Yeah, I definitely think that they're using something along the lines of like a buffalo sauce as the base for this. I think they're building on top of that. Because especially that initial hit, it's very reminiscent of like a buffalo sauce. Yeah. I mean, I don't know a lot about like Carolina Gold sauce. I've only had the stuff that I've been able to get a hold of, which has been fast food representations of it. So I can't say like how authentic it is, one way or the other. I will say, I think the KFC version has more of a defined personality to it. It tastes more like its own sauce. Whereas again, with this, I like it. It's tasty, but it does feel like it's just sort of building off of like a buffalo sauce or something like that. But I mean, I like it. I can appreciate the tanginess. I can appreciate the little bit of the heat that it's giving off. And then, yeah, it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. So it's got a little dimension, a little complexity to it. I can kind of get down with it. I wouldn't consider it, well, And then, just as like a quick thing, because maybe you haven't had Buffalo Wild Wings before. I mean, the chicken itself is decent. It's certainly workable, It's nothing outstanding or anything, but, the exterior is nice. It's got a little bit of a crunch to it. And the inside is nice and tender, so it's not top quality chicken, but again, it's workable. But the sauce really is the crux of this whole thing, and it's a good sauce overall. And you know what, to be fair, as much as I have been calling it like a Carolina Gold or whatever, like at the end of the day, like that's not what they're calling it. They're calling it Golden Fire. So, 3 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Is it better than Dak Dak Korean wings? I'm going to go with yes, and no. I think for me personally, I like this sauce. Like, I appreciate the dimension that it has going on, even if it is in something of a... It has a weird sort of dimension in a punch to the face kind of way. It's a lot of flavor, but the flavor does have, like I said, that added dimension within it. The sweetness, the tanginess, and the heat. And I like that. It's a very flavorful sauce. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more defined, a little bit less samey than some of their other sauces. But at the end of the day, like, what they're doing with it is still good. So I could see it potentially being one that I would grab again. I don't know if it would be an outright favorite. I feel like it would be sort of like upper middle. Like it's not going to be my favorite. It doesn't have that standout quality the way some of their others do. But I do like it for what it is. And by that same token, if I'm recommending it, like, yeah, it's a limited time item. I'll probably post this video up tomorrow so that I can try to get it in as early as possible. And I mean, yeah, while I don't think it's an outright standout, certainly nothing you have to go out of your way to try, I do think it's good overall. And like, as a limited time item, sure, get it in there, enjoy it, have fun with it. But it's definitely, like, yeah, I mean, it's nowhere near Dak Dak Korean wings. And, like, part of that is, like, yeah, it's a local establishment. I'm always rooting for a local establishment. But it really is true. Like, you can taste the difference in the chicken quality, the difference in the preparation. And even when it comes to the sauces, this is a good sauce for, like, a Buffalo Wild Wings in that, sort of fast food sort of, kind of chain location type of thing. Whereas a place like Dak Dak, it's very customized. Very, you can just taste the difference. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, episodes of truly Carolina-tastic rest of your life? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of nice things about Carolina. I've never been to Carolina that I'm aware of, but, I'm sure there's plenty of awesome people there. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're from Carolina. Maybe you're more than familiar with Carolina gold sauce, right? And you can hit me up in the comments section and be like, Brandon, well, actually, the qualities of Carolina gold sauce are da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I would actually very genuinely like to learn that stuff. I think that stuff is really fascinating. Because, again, it's like, yeah, I try these versions of it and stuff. It's obviously not going to be a standout representation. To that end, by the way, if you do know your shit about Carolina gold sauce, are there any ones that I should try? I'd be happy to go over there and try to, get my hands on them and maybe do a review in some capacity. Because, I like trying this stuff, and I think it's great, especially living in the United States. We have, this great, heritage of food with every state and everything, and, so I'm always trying out new stuff. Anyway.